The secret meets the CureDrive, and now the secret and the CureDrive are meeting you. Hi, I'm Byard, the author of the book. Hi there. Don't read the book yet. Here I am now on this. No sooner did you get the book that here I am telling you, don't read that book. No, do lesson 1. In lesson 1, you will learn how to cure things. And that's what you need to do to manifest. See, manifesting is a function. And which is why people get into the secret, right? Because, you know, they want to have things go their way. I used to teach it. I used to teach courses in manifesting. It was, I started in 1976, right after I terminated my psychotherapy practice with extreme prejudice. And started teaching people to let go, which at the time seemed like a very good way to get people to be functional. I didn't realize it wasn't, unfortunately, but that didn't work either. You know what? You're not going to understand what I say just now, but I'm going to say it anyway, and you'll understand it later when you start curing things and you get way into the study of curing things. You never get over the 9th dimension by letting go. Never. Never. Never get over the 9th dimension. You know? You got to actually get over the 9th dimension, which you do with when you cure things. You go way over the 9th dimension. There are 144 dimensions. So, as I say, I knew you wouldn't understand it, but don't worry about it, because you don't have to. Because you start curing things in lesson 1 without ever having to understand anything about dimensions. It's not a problem, you know. You just do. You'll see people doing the simplest things and feeling the best they ever felt in their life in lesson 1. It's a movie. It's on the home page. And there's a link to the home page on this page at the top, so it shouldn't be hard to find. It's the movie that starts playing when you go to the home page. You don't have to pay anything to do it. And you shall start manifesting. Manifesting is a function. When you become functional, see, this is funny, like people don't get this. Like they think that manifesting is this really special thing, you know? Like you got to be so high and clear and just, you know, in a state of grace to manifest. No, you just have to be functional. Which, by the way, when you're functional, you are in a state of grace. we are born to be in a state of grace. You know, that's our natural state. Ecstasy is your natural state. You know, the calm, clear, serene, loving, kind, caring, courageous, bold, involved, invasive, intrusive, pushy, light, funny, fun, you know, place is where we're all supposed to live, you know, and you know, you cure what's in the way of living there, and you shall live there. It's not a problem. I mean, if it's your normal state, you just, like, you remove everything that isn't an elephant, you know, remove everything that doesn't look like whatever it is you're sculpting, you know, and there you are. Wherever you go, there you are. So this is the way to do this. And if you want your friends to be manifestors, you do the same thing with them, you know. You want them to be able to actually apply the secret? Well, fine. Get them in a room and do lesson 1 together. And they will. You know, you'll find that they will. And it's no big deal. You know? It doesn't matter, really. Having things... 'cause that's a funny thing. You know, when things go your way for years and years, and after a while you start to realize, like, it doesn't matter. It's okay for things not to go my way sometimes. That can be more interesting. It can be more fun sometimes to just, have it go somebody else's way or no way or whatever. And it always has to go God's way. I mean, you wouldn't want to usurp God's privilege of making things happen, right? I mean, all you're trying to do is just align with, the higher powers, your higher self. That's what it's all about. But one thing I found about all this was that, there are levels of function. And I've been functional enough, for example, to manifest all the people I needed to do this enormous project and the millions of dollars that it cost, to do it. I mean, I'm not talking about writing the book, okay, The Secret Meets the CureDrive. That book is an open letter to Rhonda Byrne, who wrote The Secret. And I originally started it as a letter. Because I loved The Secret. I enjoyed it, And I was walking around and I had nothing to do, and I started talking into my dictating machine to Rhonda Byrne, and I started to realize this is a book. Everybody should read this, So that's how it became a book. Anyway, I figured when I went to her website and there was no way to contact her, I figured, well, maybe I should write a book and then somebody will send it to her at some point. She'll get it that way, because otherwise she's not going to get my letter. So I'm talking to myself here, but I don't like talking to myself, even though it looks like I do, because my friends think I'm nuts, because I walk through the park talking to myself, or this wildlife area. I call it the park, but it's a wildlife area. And there are a few people who come out here and they see me walking, ranting, and they go like, "Hey, Bayard, how you doing?" "Hey, good, how you?" Okay. Didn't see over there. When I see them in advance, I shut up, So, that's what it is. It took me like a few weeks to write it. I actually did a bunch of other things, so it probably took me 6 weeks to write it, but it would have only taken me a couple of weeks had I not had anything more, interesting that took me away from it, which I did, so that's what happened. But no, I'm talking about this project. I manifested the people to do it. I manifested the money, and I mean brilliant people, the right people, people who were masters. Like Keely was the proofreader for Time magazine before she came to work for me 30 years ago. And Franny worked at one of the top graphics studios in the world, and so on. And Greg's great with money, and so on. So it was all, all these people just can't. Al calls me up. I was thinking of going on the internet, and Al calls me like I'd been thinking about it for a week, and he says, "I want to come stay with you." He's a computer nerd and a Trekkie. So anyway, I could do all that manifesting, but I've never manifested the person coming along who will end the HIV epidemic in Africa. And all that person ever has to do is stumble on this and realize, oh my God, they can cure HIV, and boom, the HIV epidemic will end. But it's never happened. And, of course, that person hasn't manifested it either. We're all great manifestors, and the person I'm talking about is probably a multimillionaire, so that person's very good at manifesting money. But, no. We're not functional enough yet. And so one reason I wrote this book and got it to you is because I want you to become functional enough so that you can manifest the end of the HIV epidemic in Africa, possibly by simply manifesting the person who will do that. And that would be a wonderful thing to manifest. So enjoy, and you can learn how to cure things from the book, but start with the movie. Start with lesson 1. Do that. This will all make a lot more sense.